Welcome back to another episode of Eric's Camping Adventures. In this video, I'm going to respond to a request to explain my bike rack on the front of my camping trailer. The actual bike rack that is attached to my camping trailer is discontinued, so we can't exactly duplicate what I have, but I will show you some options to do the exact same thing, just in a different way. Before I put my bike on the rack, I always check my quick release hubs, make sure they're fastened tight. I've had these come loose, and I make sure that my derailleur is facing away from the mechanism so that the bounce of the ride cannot damage my derailleur shifting mechanism. So just keep that in mind. Your bikes are a lot more expensive than your bike rack, so protect your bikes. This sport wing style bike rack comes with a lot of steps, straps. Got to keep it fastened tight with braking, swerving, bumps, acceleration. So it's a little bit of a process, but I think that most bike racks are this way. I don't think this is particularly a weakness of this style. What is most similar to what I purchased several years ago is called a Let's Go Aero bike rack. It holds about 80 pounds. This is not meant for an e-bike or even a heavy steel bike. It's meant for a aluminum mountain bike. The cost today is about $189 on the eTrailer.com. Another option on eTrailer.com is by lippert or lippert for $178. It just has a different type of a connection to the back of your vehicle or RV. Be honest with you, the one that I have, I had to make some modifications to get it to connect anyway. So let me show you the last and best option that requires no modifications whatsoever. This costs $256, but it does bolt right up to the tongue of your trailer. This requires no fabrication, just bolt it straight up. By the way, all of these systems have about the same specs, 80 pounds total or 40 pounds per bike. So here's all the parts for the sports wing. You got a little bar off the side with some hooks, one on that side, and there's my bike. Now, the way I put this together, I have discovered it can be very frustrating, but at the same time, if you do it with the right sequence, it actually goes fine. So I'm going to show you the sequence that I do and why I do it that way. So I put this bar on first. Little loops are hooked down. Put this on. Drop the pin and clasp the pin. Then from that point, you have to put your first bike on. If you don't put your first bike on, you're going to end up with a real problem. I put my bike on so that the derailleur is facing away from the sport wing bike, so there's no damage to my derailleur. I just let it hang there for a second for the second step. The second step, I take the little hook, catch the front wheel, there you go. That will avoid some serious frustration. The second bike goes on, reverse to the other. Again, the derailleur is still away from the bar. It's right on pretty easy. I put the shorter handlebar. My wife is a little smaller than I am, so I put the shorter handlebar towards the vehicle so that the tailgate can be opened. And just a couple little tips here. Make sure that the foam is between the front forks here and the back. Same thing in the front. You want to have good space so that your metal isn't touching your bike frame. I am not making this video to irritate the people that are waiting for a campsite. A couple people actually requested it. That's how you hook up your bikes. One last thing, just want to make sure that your pedals are positioned so they're not scratching anything. You can see the pedals are not touching anything on either side. That way when I go down the road, it's not wearing on something. Well, hopefully that was helpful. This is not a sponsored video. It's not an advertisement for lippert or Let's Go Aero. It's just what I do for my bikes.